Konnichiwa. Hi, welcome. Today is August 28th, Friday. We're going to continue on with ryotetori techniques. So, ryotetori, two hands, grabbing two hands. On Tuesday, we did some of the basics. We did tenchinage and ikkyo and shifunage. On Wednesday, we went ahead and did some arm bars, elbow locks, hiki, and some of the things you can do from there. Tonight, we're actually going to go over some of the koshis and some of the other throws that you can also do from it. Okay, so let's go ahead, get up, stretch out a little bit first. Okay, so roll the head to the middle, or from the right to the middle, and then around each knee, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, up and down, each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, hands across, each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Diagonals, each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, right hand up, stretch to your left. Up. Left hand up, stretch to your right. Up. Right hand up, stretch to your left. Up. Left hand up, stretch to your right. Okay, hands in the middle. Reach behind, up, stretch back, forward. Middle, behind, up, back, forward, to the middle, behind, up, and back. Good. Okay, down to your right side, left foot, splash hand. Okay, switch it over, the left side, right foot, as wide as you can make it. Okay, now with your left foot, or sorry, your left toes up, step on your left heel. Okay, switch over. Now with your right toes up on your right heel. Okay, come on up. Feet together, bend those knees, rotate them counterclockwise, each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Clockwise, each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, keep them bent. Hands are on the knees. Now push those knees to your left side, trying to keep your hips over your ankles. Okay, bring them up. Now push them over to your right side. Bring it up. Okay, straighten out the legs. Okay, bend up the waist. Reach it for the ground, just let yourself hang. Okay, bend those knees, keep those feet flat on the ground. Try to keep that back nice and straight and solid. Don't punch. Try to keep that spine up and straight. And straighten them out. Hang or reach to the ground. Bend those knees. Straighten them out. Bend. Sorry. Hang. Bend those knees. Okay, straighten them out. Touch the ground if you can. If not, you're just gonna hang there. And bend those knees. Now make sure when you're here that your feet are flat, that your toes are pointing straight, and you're right in line with your knees. Okay? Down into Seizan. Okay, kokyunage, wrist stretches, starting with ikkyo. Remember, bring it right up the center. Keep the elbows, these are your shoulders. Keep your shoulders down as well as your elbows. And each knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch hands, each knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Nikkyo. Now, especially when you're doing nikkyo and a bunch of them, make sure that hand that's on the back is flat. So that palm should be flat against the back of that hand as you bring that pinky to you. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch hands and then each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Sankyo. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Again. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Kokyunage. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Again. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Shikonage. And over. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. And each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, fingers, stretch them out. Check them out. Shoulders down. And to the ground, really stretching that forearm. Okay, switch it over to the other side. Switch those fingers. Ground. And then shake them out a little bit. Okay. So put your left hand behind you. Now, bring your right forearm against your left thigh. And then look behind you, or look behind your left shoulder as best you can. Okay? Switch it over. Now put your right hand behind you. Put your left forearm on your right thigh and try to look up behind your right shoulder. Okay, switch. Looking over your left shoulder. And look over your right. Okay? Just go ahead and feet out in front of you. Okay. Same thing, bending at the waist. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you come up and reach. Exhale. And up. Okay, now go ahead and grab some part of your leg and try to pull yourself in a little bit. Give yourself a little deeper stretch and reach and stretch. And up. Okay. Right foot out, left foot in. What I haven't done in a while. So, if you can, just have your right hand go on to your right foot, or just reach out for it. Okay, now, if you can do that, bring your left hand in as well. So try to reach both hands out for it. When you're doing this, try to keep your spine straight as you're reaching forward. And up, and switch over to the other side. And get your left foot out, your right foot in. Now, just reach that left foot out Reach that left hand out to that left foot, going to the outside of it. As you're there, now bring that other hand and just reach for that foot. If you can reach for the foot, you can actually touch it. Now go ahead and again, keep your spine straight or strong and bend forward. And up. Okay, spread them apart. Okay, both hands to the right side. And up. Both hands to the left side. And up. And then both hands to the middle. You can put both hands to the middle, then try to put your chest down to the ground. You can put your chest down, then try to put your forehead. Put your forehead, then try to put an ear down. And come up. Bring the legs in. And stand up. So, Kaisaraki. So, start with kaiten. We always kind of, at least that's the way I like to start it, is with kaiten. Here, something I forget to mention is when you're doing kaisaraki, try to make sure you keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Okay? When you're doing body work, try not to slouch or bend yourself way back. Try to keep it where your shoulders are right in line with your hips as best you can. So kaiten, pivoting, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, basic tenkai, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, now right or nikihami. I get to see that. I just did a kaiten so I can get the other foot. Here, so ichi, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, Igini Tenkan, stepping and turning, or stepping again, stepping and turning. Try to make sure that your feet are just gliding over the top of the mat, okay? So that you're sure of your footing as you're moving. Try to avoid big steps up, big steps down, because that also changes your own level. You're trying to keep your head and your waist in as much in the same line from the beginning to end. So here we go. So each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay. Front foot tension. So here. So when you do front foot tension, make sure you just don't go straight back. Make sure that you come off at least at an angle. For some techniques, you'll see me go 90 degrees. Depending on what we do tonight, where we get tonight, you may actually see some of those 90-degree turns, but front foot tension should be here. Look, hands, foot back, down. Again, about 45 from that front line, okay? So here we go. So each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay. Same thing, right or mikihami. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Shi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Okay. Next one is rear foot tension. I'm going to be doing this one facing the way the camera's facing because this time my back foot moves first, front foot follows. Again, going off at a 45 degree from the line of attack, not backing up to the camera. Okay? So here, rear foot tension, ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Shi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Okay. Right or mikihami, same thing. So here. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Shi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Okay, so that's for the most part, most of the footwork we'll be doing, and most of the footwork that we do a lot in Aikido. Are there some one-offs and stuff? Yes, there are, but by and large, that's most of what, how we move our body. So next for the ukemi, if we are on Friday night, usually means you know a little bit about what we do. So, start with forward rolling. So with forward rolling, you can either start it where you're down on both knees, put the arms down, a nice easy roll. Especially if you're kind of tight on space, it's nice to do it when you're all the way down, so you don't take up that much room. If you got a little bit more room, or you want to make it a little more dynamic, you can get up on one knee. Again, hands stay out there, but now you kind of let your body rock forward, come down to that knee, and then roll. It adds a little extra momentum to it. And then finally, if you have the room and you feel comfortable, then you can start standing. Now, from the standing, you can work your way all the way back down, or you can just go from here and roll forward. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do 6 together. So ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro. Okay, something I forgot to mention is, especially when you're standing, is those hands are the last thing to touch as you get up. Use those hands to help you get up. Now, we go into backfalling. Same thing. You can start all the way on the ground, where I have one knee up, I tuck my chin, and I go over and roll. Yeah. Hands are the last thing to leave the mat as I get up. Okay? Or if you feel comfortable, you get up on one knee, so you're up a little bit higher. Now your back foot has to make sure that it curls in, and then you sit down do the same roll. Then finally, if you have the room and you feel comfortable, you just go from standing. So from you're here, step it back, down, and then all the way over to roll. Okay. Just for space, so I don't have the kamiza, I'm actually going to start facing the kamiza or facing the way the camera's facing, and then running back and forth a little bit. Okay, so let's try 6 together. So each, ni, san, shi, go, ro. Okay. So now we add on to that forward roll with a turn or with a 10 count. So I'm here, right for ukemi, I'm being thrown, forward roll, 10 count. I'm then looking back from where I was thrown. I also end up right for ukemi again, so I did a 10 count, facing that way. Okay? So, that can be done both knees on the ground, one knee up, but it is easier standing. So again, let's do 6 together. So each, ni, san, shi, go, ro. All right, the Ushiro Yoko Kaiten, or side fall, back side fall specifically. In this dojo, we like to call it the teddy bear roll. I'm here, I go down to one side, I let the other side flop over, other side comes down. If I want to reverse it, I do the exact opposite. I put the other side down, let the other hand come across the foot, bring that leg down, boop. I'm still looking at you right there. If we want to bring it up to a knee, back up just a little bit so you can see. Covering the camera. So I'm here, I'm on a knee. I'm still going to go to that side, but I'm a little bit higher, so I need to make sure I go down to the side, over. Now, this time, I bring myself up, making like a little U. Now, if I need to reverse it, I just change the sides, and then come up and around, same thing. If I'm starting standing, I can just be here, step back, all the way over, looping, and come around. And I did not do that one correctly because I'm supposed to make sure I still stay looking back at the camera. So as I'm here, looking at my partner that threw me, and then come right back to it. Okay, 6, here we go. So each, ni, san, shi, go, ro. Okay. The last ukemi, at least for this evening, is my yoko kaiten. So very similar to the forward roll, except this time you're going to be using that other hand. So as it goes through, hand, foot, foot, circle around. Resting both knees on the ground. If I start up on one knee, I then let it go forward, hand, foot, circle around. And then, if I'm starting standing, make sure I'm anything, around, and then look back. Okay. Let's do 6 of these together. Each knee, 7, sheet, go, rotate. Okay. And then the one ukemi that we're not going to do, we'll maybe start it up in September. Yeah, if we have the room for it, is the Ushiro Mayoko Kaiten. So, as I'm here, I'm being thrown to my right. As I'm being thrown to my right, I still keep looking at my partner, and then I come all the way over and come back around. We do the other side. I'm getting thrown to my left. So, throws happening this way, and I come up and around. Okay. So, again, we'll probably start that in September. We have a little room in here in the dojo. It's going to be difficult to do at home. We're trying to think of a way to make it work. So that being said, let's get to technique. So ryotetori, 2 hands, grabbing 2 hands. So let's go ahead and just start with the koshi. It's actually going to be one of the easier techniques to do. So as I'm here, I do that front foot tension, but as I do it, you notice both my palms are facing out. My partner's going to come to the side of me, and I just step my foot forward, lower my hips, bring my partner over my hips, and throw. It's an ogoshi or big hip, okay? So as I'm here, I do that front foot tension. As I do that front foot tension, my left hand makes like a little fork, and then pushes up. Both palms should be facing out. I'm bringing my partner to my side. Then from here, I step and down, bring my feet hip width apart, drop, lower my hips, I keep my arms extended. That should bring them across my hips. And then I take my hip out to throw. The way I like to finish my koshis is as I'm here, I like to take that hip away from my partner. Some people will change to where their hami will be this way. Again, big thing is my knee faces that direction. Knee sideways, nah, too much of a risk. And some people will kind of hop back a little bit. Again, it's person to person dependent on how they like to do their koshis. So let's do it together. So we're going to do it 8 times. Left or hidari hami, so here. So front foot tension, bring that left hand up, right, both palms facing out. Step with that left foot, feet, hip width apart. Load, bend the knees, extend out to your left. It should be loaded up. And then take the hip away to throw them. Okay. Right or miki hami, here. Front foot tension, as you do that front foot tension, make sure you make a big honking forward with that right hand. Push it out to the right. Okay, now bring that right foot across, hip width apart, bend the knees. As you bend the knees, you might want to turn your hip a little to your right. Keep pushing out to the right, load them, and then take the hip away. Okay. Facing the camera, so I'm here. Left foot hidari hami, front foot tension, big honking forward, boom. Hands are pushing out to my left. My left foot steps forward, other foot kind of sneaks in, hip width apart, bending my knees. As I bend my knees, my arms stay extended. I load them, and then I take my hip back. Okay, right or miki hami, here, front foot tension, load them right here. Pushing out to the right. Bring that right foot across, that left foot snakes in, hip width apart, bend those knees, keep that spine strong, load them over, and then finish. Okay. Left or Daddy Hami here. So, front foot tension, pushing out to the left. Now, step with that left foot, bring that right foot in, hip width apart, bend those knees, push to the left, load them, and throw. Okay, 3 more. Right or Hami. Front foot tension. Extend those arms out. Palms are facing straight out. Step with that right foot, left foot stays in. Bend those knees, push out to the right, load them, and then hip away. Last 2, left or Daddy Hami. I'm here. Front foot tension. Boom. Hands are up and out. Pushing out to the left. Left foot steps in. Right foot snakes in a little bit. Hip width apart. Bend those knees. Snake. Pushing those hips to the left. Load. And then hips out of the way. Last one. Right or Hami. Here. Front foot tension. Pushing that right hand out. Palms are facing out. Arms should also be in front of your shoulders. Okay? So as you step with that right foot, bend those knees. As you bend those knees, push out to that right. Good strong spine, load, and then throw. Okay. So, if you ask me, that's probably one of the easiest koshis you'll ever get. Because they're already holding on to you. All you're doing with that front foot tension is going to bring them this way. So their belly should be facing almost to your belly. So that way when you bring your foot across, their belly is to your back already. So should make the koshi, should make it easy. Again, personal opinion, opinions will differ. I like koshis. Okay, so that's kind of the first one. Now, the second one, we're going to do the same footwork, do that front foot tension. Now we're going to cut down and then cut up, keeping that hand there, stepping in, loading, and then throwing. It's an ikkyo. So we're loading them from an ikkyo position. Okay? So you got to make sure that hand that's underneath the elbow stays up. Okay? It's going to be that same feeling like you just had here for that last koshi, except you're going to want to do this. Everyone wants to do this. You have to try to keep your shoulders down and extend it as much as possible. So then here, I do that front foot tension, I cut underneath, and I cut up. Now as I cut up, my hand should be pretty similar position. My left hand is on your elbow. It stays on the elbow, and it pushes up. As it pushes up, my foot comes in, knees bend, load, and then throw. Okay? So the big crux on this one is that elbow, that hand that's on the elbow, it can't be here. It's got to be as extended as you can make it. Okay? Again, depending on your uke, you may or may not be able to easily get this. If they're really stiff, you may have to change to something else. That's one reason I like koshis, is if one isn't there, you can immediately change to something else as long as you keep them somewhat off balance. So here we go. Left and then on knee. So front foot tension, cutting up underneath. Now cut up. Now keep that hands up. Your left hand is on their elbow. Push it up as you step with your left foot. Bend your knees. Okay. Create that shell. And then take the hip back to throw. Right or behind me. Front foot tension. Underneath. Bring the hand up. Right hand is on your elbow. Your left elbow. Bring your right foot in. Bring your other foot hip width apart. Bend those knees. Load them up. And then throw. Okay, facing the camera. Left or behind me. Front foot tension. Bring the hand up underneath. Bring them up. Now keep it up here. Good. Ikkyo sabaki, but up high. That left hand is on the right elbow. It pushes up with that foot. As it pushes up, those knees drop, bending those knees. Now, from there, you should have them loaded, and then take the foot out. Here, right, ryote. Front foot tension, cut underneath, bring the hand up. Your right hand is on their left elbow. You step forward that right foot, bring that other foot, bend those knees. If you bend those knees, you should be loading them, and throw. Okay. Last 4. Left ryote, front foot tension, hand comes underneath. Ikkyo, good ikkyo. Now step with that left foot, that left hand comes up. Knees go down. Make sure you're looking at your left hand. As you look at that left hand, you have it loaded. Take the hip away. Right ryote, front foot tension, underneath, brings it up. Step with that right foot, bend those knees. Keep pushing that right hand up and out. Look at that right hand. Have loaded, throw. Okay, last 2. Here, left ryote, front foot tension, underneath, and the hands up, now from here. Step with that left foot. As you step with that left foot, that left hand is going to go straight up. As those knees go, as you bend those knees, load them on, and then drop. Last one. Right ryote, front foot tension, cut up on the arm here. Your right hand should be on their left elbow as it's there. That hand pushes up as that right foot moves in. Now from here, those knees should already be bent. Okay, as you have those knees bent, have them loaded onto the small of your back, 90 degrees, and throw. Okay. Next technique is what I like to do if my partner's pushing forward to me. So if my partner's pushing or doing ryotetori and they're pushing forward towards me, I have to do it this way. So I have to do it this way. So as they're pushing forward towards me, I like to do a front foot tension as I kokyu, and then my hands pivot and turn, and I like to throw them literally, going the same way they're already going. So this is for that uke that you like, that likes to come in and just try to barrel over you, and it's just coming straight in this way. Front foot tension, kokyu, and let them keep going. Ryote garuma. Okay, 2 arms whirling. Okay? Yeah, just like that, gentlemen. So, yeah, garuma is rotation. Yeah, so as I'm here, my uke is coming into me. They make contact, but they keep pushing. So I kokyu. As I kokyu, I do that front foot tension. Now my pinkies are going to face out, and then I just rotate and just continue to throw. Now, if you notice, if I do it halfway right, I should be keeping my hands in front of my shoulders. Okay? And you're doing this kokyu motion to help bring their elbows up. We'll work on the ukemi in a second, but let's do it together. So here we are. Let's do the technique together. So here we are left, ryote. So as they come in, we kokyu. As we kokyu, we do that front foot tension. As we do that front foot tension, we kite them and then just let them literally just keep pushing them that way. That's where they wanted to go. So here, ryote. Our uke comes in. As they come in, they start pushing us back. So we kokyu. As we kokyu, front foot tension. We keep our hands in front of us. And then we pivot and throw. Okay, now, as I'm facing the camera, as my partner comes to me, they're trying to barrel me over. So I kokyu. As I kokyu, I bring front foot tension. I keep those hands in front of me. And then I keep rotating. Kaite. Okay, so we're just putting 2 pieces of footwork together. Front foot tension, kaite. So here we are, right ryote. As they come in, kokyu. And front foot tension. Keep your hands in front of us. and then throw. Okay, 4 more. Left with the Dari Hami. I'm here. They come in, so I kokyu. As I kokyu, front foot tenshin, and throw. Right or Hami. As they come in, kokyu. As I kokyu, front foot tenshin, and then throw. Okay, last 2. So here I am, left with the Dari Hami. So you come in, I kokyu. As I kokyu, they're still pushing forward. I do that front foot tenshin and throw. Okay? Last one. Here, as they come in, I kokyu. As I kokyu, front foot tenshin and throw. So, what does ukemi for that look like? So, if I'm that kind of uke and I'm coming in here, okay, I'm pushing in. Now, my partner's going to kokyu, so that should bring my elbows up. As it brings my elbows up, my lead hand, lead leg should then move forward. As it moves forward, my belly should start to turn towards their belly, okay? Because I'm rotating. And from there, I should just have to do a forward roll because they're rotating. Again, we look here, it's here. I'm pivoting again, that's why I want my hands in front of me. About here, we're belly to belly, and then I turn to throw them that way. Okay? So let's work on the ukemi. So, as I'm here, I'm going to face the camera, face the camera, where the camera's facing, and then on the 90. So as I'm here, I'm right or hami. So as I go to grab, and I'm pushing forward, they're going to kokyu. As they kokyu, that brings my elbows up. As it brings my elbows up, bring my shoulders up. Now from here, they're going to do that front foot tenshin, so that leads me forward. Now my belly should be facing 90 degrees, should be facing towards their belly. Then from here, then they just finish the throw, finish rotation to throw me. Okay, so if I'm here left and hidari hami, I go to grab and I'm pushing forward. As I'm pushing forward, they kokyu. As they kokyu, it brings my elbows up, bringing my shoulders up. Now from here, we're doing that front foot tenshin. So if you notice, my belly should start to face 90 degrees. And then from here, they just throw. Okay, so as I'm here, right or hami, I'm grabbing on. As I grab on, I'm pushing forward. As I'm pushing forward, they kokyu. As they kokyu, brings my elbows up, brings my shoulders up. Now they're starting to do that front foot tenshin. So as they do that front foot tenshin, if you notice, now my belly's facing to you. I still have my right side forward because from here they're going to cut it down and throw. Okay, left and hidari hami, last one ukemi. I'm here grabbing, as I'm grabbing, I'm pushing forward. As I push forward, they kokyu. As they kokyu, again, elbows, shoulders, all go up. You notice I'm kind of leaning forward now. Now from here, they do that front foot tenshin, so I've got to move with them. As I move with them, my belly's going to be facing theirs, facing the camera. And then from here, they finish the throw and throw. Okay, so that's for the uke who likes to push forward on you. You know, we've all had them because they're giving you a real attack, so they're really pushing in on you. Okay, or it's a random and they're just coming straight to you. The second one is the uke that pulls. We've all had that one that's grabbing and then wants to pull you into them or just wants to sit there like a rock. Okay, so on that one, it's going to still be ryote garuma, 2 arms whirling, but this time we're going to take it straight back at them. Okay, so as they're here, we're going to kokyu, push into them a little bit, and then we're just going to kite them and send them back out that way. Okay? So, on this one, my partners grab me and they're pulling me towards the kamiza. So I kokyu, move into them a little bit, then I kite them, and then just throw them right back towards the camera. Okay? again, this is more geared towards that uke that grabs on and then wants to pull in a little bit. Okay, so here we are. Together, left with hidari hami. I present, they grab, they pull in. So as they pull in, I kokyu, getting off the line. As I get off the line, pushes them back a little bit. Now they want to go forward. So from here, my hands literally cut. As they cut, I kaiten to throw. Okay? You're doing kokyu both ways, on both sides of it. So here we are, right or hami. We present, they grab, they pull. As they pull in, we get off the line, we kokyu in. That should hopefully push them backwards. Now they want to push forward, so from here, we kokyu and kaiten to throw. Okay? Again, this one is one that you do kind of have to feel to really get it. Just trying to do a reasonable facsimile without an actual partner. So we're here to grab, presenting ryotetori. Now, they grab, they pull. As they pull, we kokyu, get a little bit off the line. Now, they're going to want to push back because they don't want to be pushed back. They want to push forward. So then from here, we kokyu the other way, kaiten and throw. Okay? Right or hami. So here we present. If hami comes out that way, have a base. Boom. Now, as they pull, we kokyu and come in off the line a little bit. Now that's pushing them backwards towards the camera. They want to push the way the camera's facing. So we help them. So we pivot, as we pivot or kaiten, we just let them go on their way. Okay. 4 more. Left or hidari hami. Here. So we present, they grab, they pull, we slide in, kokyu. That's pushing them back. They want to push forward. So we kaiten, as we kaiten, we kokyu the other way and throw. Okay, right there, making hami. Here I am, I present, they grab, they pull, kokyu, as you kokyu, we kaiten and throw. Ryote garuma. Okay, left or hidari hami. Here we are, they grab, we present, they grab, they pull, so we kokyu off the line, they push forward, so we kaiten, and then rotate around that spot. Well, again, we're just helping uke go where they want to go. We're not doing anything special. So here I am, last one, right hami. I present, they grab, they pull, kokyu off the line, they push forward, so kaiten, boom, and throws. Okay, so how does this one look? So this one, as I'm facing the camera, I'm grabbing here and I'm pulling in. As I'm pulling in, they kokyu, I come off they should be doing this to me. As they're doing this to me, I'm going to push forward. As I push forward, they're going to actually have that hand go forward and then throw me forward. Again, all they're doing is helping me go the way I want to go. So here I am, right? So when you do it together, if you got the room. So here I am, right, or maybe hami. As I grab on, I'm pulling into me. As I pull into me, they're going to kokyu. As they kokyu, they're pushing me back. And I'm like, I don't want that, so I'm going to push forward. So as I push forward, then that's when they kokyu, so it brings keep my elbows up. And as they rotate, notice how my belly's going to be rotating that way, okay? Because now my left hand is going to become my new front hand. Because I have to take a step and then take the appropriate ukemi. So here I am, the left and hidari hami. I grabbed on, as I grab on, I'm pulling to me. Now from here they kokyu, as they kokyu, they're going to lower out the line, so I'm going to push forward. So I don't want to go backwards, I want to push forward. Now from here, my right hand's going to go a little forward. So my right hand goes forward, my belly starts to turn to my left. Then my right foot, and then forward roll. Gotta do it this way. So I'm here, right or maybe hami, I'm holding on. and I pull. As I pull, they come back off the line a little bit, and then they're trying to push me off or break my balance. I'm like, nope. So I push forward. As I push forward, my left hand's going to go forward. Okay? As it goes forward, we're doing that kite again. It's rotating. You notice my belly's going to be rotating to my right. Okay? Then my left foot steps and then roll. Last one. Left or hidari hami, I'm here. I grab on, I'm going to pull. As I pull, they kind of surprise me and they come in. Oh, here. Well, I don't like that, so I'm going to push back forward. As I push back forward, they go with it. So that right hand is now going forward. Notice my belly is starting to rotate to my left. Okay? As they're rotating, then my foot comes through and forward roll. Okay. Huh?
Looks like that could be incorporated into next level.
I'm not saying it couldn't be. I'm just, I'm a nice person. Why do you accuse me of doing mean things?
I was okay. They weren't playing along. They let go, so they ended up in a worse situation.
Okay. Okay. Now this comes to one of my favorite techniques, kata, hiki, otoshi. Okay? Pulling shoulder drop. It's primarily done, usually, I like to show it off of, you try to do koshinage, and they're pushing forward. As they push forward, you just go, okay, you put that hand over their shoulder, you do a tenkan, but as I do a tenkan, if you notice I'm just turning 90 degrees, and then kaiten, just send them out that way. Again, this is one of those really good ones where if you've got an uke who's really just pushing forward, especially for kokyunage, you're like, okay, if you don't want to fall backwards, you can take a variant forward. Okay, so together. Here, left of the hami. So you go in and you're going to start koshinage. As you start koshinage, they start to push forward. So as they start to push forward, that right hand just goes over their left shoulder. Now from there, drop your right elbow. So you can drop your shoulder, drop your own right shoulder. Now from here, do a tenkan, but a tenkan where you're only facing 90 degrees. Your left hand would go on their hip, and then kaiten to throw them out 90 degrees. Okay? So here I am, right where you become me. I present. I start my koshinage. Oh, now they're pushing forward. So now my left hand goes over their right shoulders. It goes over the right shoulder. I let my left elbow drop, my left shoulder drop. I like to put my right hand on your hip. Now from here, I do a tenkan where I face 90 degrees, and then kaiten to push them out from there. Okay? So left in the hami, facing into the camera, I present. Ryotetori, they grab. I want to do koshinage, so I get in. I'm starting koshinage, but they're going to push forward. I didn't quite get their balance. So my right hand goes over their left shoulder. I try to keep my elbow down, my shoulder down. It's just kind of hanging there. Now my left hand would go on their hip. Now I'm going to do a tenkan where I just go 90 degrees. I bring that hand into me, and then I kaiten to shoot them out that direction. Okay, right, or midi hami. I'm here, I'm presented for ryotetori. They grab, I'm going to do koshinage, so I come in, I'm going to do koshinage, oh, I get to here, and they're pushing back. As they push back, I just let my left hand drape over their right shoulder, and then from here, I can always use my right hand to get onto their hip. I do a tenkan where I go face 90 degrees, and then I kaiten, and I finish by throwing them out. Okay? So what is that, 270? Something like that? So I take them out that way. Okay. So here I am, left to hidari hami. Now I'm on the 90s. I should be finished, this one I should finish throwing uke towards the kamiza, whichever leg's in front. That's the way, that's the direction you should be throwing them if you're doing this the way I'm doing it. So I present two hands. I start koshinage, I bring that hand up. they start to push back. I bring my right hand over their shoulder. I 10 count, so I face the camera, and then I kite them so that I face the kamiza. Okay, right for migi-hami. So now I should be facing, throwing directly to the camera. So I'm here. I present, they grab, I start tensionage, they start tensionage, boom, they're starting to push. So I drape my left hand over their right shoulder. Now from here, I turn 90 degrees 10 times, and then kite them, and I should be throwing back at the camera. Okay, last two. So here we are, left, we can then come in. I'm here. I come in. I start tensionage, they're pushing. I drape my right hand over. Tenkan faces the kamiza, and then kite them facing them to the camera. Okay? Did you just want to kick him? Or me? Okay, so last one, right, or migi-hami. I come in, they grab. I'm going to start tensionage, boom. I'm here, they're pushing. I drape my left hand over. As I drape my left hand over, I do a tenkan, I'm facing the camera. And then kite them, boom, throwing, facing, and throwing it to the kamiza. Okay. So, the ukemi for this one, if you haven't seen it, it's a lot easier than it looks. It just looks really complex. So, as I'm here, right or migi-hami, I'm grabbing on. They're starting tensionage, but I'm pushing forward. So I'm leaning forward. So from here, their hand's going to drape over this shoulder. As it drapes over this shoulder, they're just going to bring me around. Then from here, they just literally continue to drop this shoulder, pushing this hip to throw me. Okay? So, for this one, I'm going to do the ukemi 4 times. I'll go ahead and do it in all 4 directions so you see the different perspectives. So I'm here grabbing right or migi-hami, boom. As I grab on, they start tensionage, boom. I lean forward. Now, as I lean forward, their right hand goes over my left shoulder. I'm like, aha, I got you. Now, as I do that tenkan, it's going to bring my left foot around. Now, as it brings my left foot around, now from here, they're just going to continue to drop it and kite them to throw me. Okay? So here I am, left with the migi-hami, I'm grabbing on. So they start to do tensionage, I'm going to push forward. As I push forward, their left hand is going to go over my right shoulder. As it goes over my right shoulder, then as I do that tenkan, it's going to bring me over to here. Now, as it brings me over to here, I should be about belly to belly with them. And then from here, they continue to cut down and right there to the throat. So, I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this one. Okay, so here I am. Right or migi-hami, I'm grabbing on. So as I'm grabbing on, they start tensionage. Boom, I'm going to push forward. As I push forward, their right hand comes up over my left shoulder. As it comes up over my left shoulder, it's going to bring it around. As it brings it around, then it throws me into the kamiza. Okay? So, now, if my partner, is right or migi-hami, I'm grabbing here left or higari, boom, they come in, they start tensionage, I'm going to push forward. As they push forward, then, as they do that tenkan, the foot comes around. As it comes around, gotta get out of the way here, then they're just going to finish the throw, boom, to come back. Again, it should be on a 90-degree spot from where we started. So, if I'm here, right or migi-hami, as I do it, as I do that first tenkan, I should be facing that way. That way, when I do my kite then, I throw it right back at the camera. And on that note, that's our fun for this evening. Thank you very much for those of you here, as well as those of you on Zoom. Next Zoom class will be Sunday, and we're still going to be focusing on Boken work on Sunday afternoon. So see you then. Have a good night.